Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-market live show. It's Wednesday, April 9th, and the market is a little bit red. It's actually getting more red as we speak. It was a little more green than I thought it was going to be when I first saw it. And again, it does go pretty live now, and here it goes. Now it's getting red, so I'll let you look at it. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. And here you go. There's that heat map right there. Microsoft and Apple and a couple of these guys were green this morning. Tesla looks like it's up a little bit, and it did turn. Tesla is up, but I don't see it staying there. It's crossing through. It's trying to hold on for dear life, and there's your SPY dipping down right there. Let's see what the rest of these guys are up to. How's that? Oh, that's up. There you go. That's because it's the reverse. So there's your VIX short, and that's going to be popping up there. And we'll see if today is the tops right here and the bottoms for these guys, the SPY and the other ones. We'll see, and I'll definitely let you guys know what's going on. But anyway, let's go through our Jolie's jumpers real quick and hop in there and see what they're up to. Here we go. And the first one is the Antelope, it says. So let's see what that was doing. AEHL. And it was a recent reverse splitter. We were looking at it on the show at nighttime. And let's see. It looks like it was moving a little yesterday, 240 to 290. And that's where it closed. So check out the Antelope right there. And how about BTU? We were looking at this Peabody Energy last night. We kept going back to it. BTU, BTU, and it did jump up in them after hours, and there you go. It's running up some today, 1322 to 1351. It's at 1327, so there is your Peabody, but not looking bad. So we were going through all the coal ones, and we even looked at coking coal last night. That was an interesting one. And FMTO, here we go. Femto, that was blasted off yesterday, and it looks like it's running way up today. Here we go. Look at that. Up yesterday, 55 to 682, and then this morning 437 at 812. We looked at this before, and there you go, FMTO and Janover right here. Let's see if it's bouncing back up. Nope, it took a bigger dip, so it is coming down. We will see if it wants to bounce up there. They don't always want to when they usually want to stay up here and try to run around, not always come down and bounce up. But we'll take a look at it and see what it wants to do. In the signing day sports we were looking at last night, and it was looking good. And we gave you that last night as well, SGN. And that's 71 to 82. And there you go at 76. So a bunch of good ones this morning that we gave out last night. TNMG, we didn't look at this one, but it's blasted up right there. NMG, and yeah, that was running up yesterday solid, and today it's running up again. Interesting. But we did talk about these next two. Vero's up over 300%. We were definitely on this one last night, and we were talking about that. And we also talked about, you can see I said look at it for the momentum play because it ran up in the after hours. I even wrote it on there. I just sent out the list. I forgot to again last night. Anyway, Works right here running up. It was running up yesterday, run up more, 150 to 182. It's back to 144, but it was, oh, that's Works. I'm sorry. We were looking at Vero. I'm like, wait a second, that's not the same one. Vero is running up with momentum up here, and 770 to 1331, and it's at 1257. And now we'll look at Works. I was getting a little ahead of myself right there, and it's WORX. I keep just putting a K in there automatically, but this one jumped up. And another one we were looking at right here, and I was doing the same thing. I couldn't type it in, but yeah, 150 to 182. It's back to 146, and there you go for WORX. Two of them from last night's show, both popped up early this morning right there for you. ZVSA, and let's take a look at this one. It was running up, it says. Let's see what it's doing here. Yeah, it definitely ran up yesterday, and then it's just kind of trying to run around, actually pulling back, opened up at 123 and came back down. But there you go at your Jolie's jumpers, and thank you very much, Asian Jolie. Greatly appreciate them. What a big help that is every morning. And let's run over and see if I don't click back onto that, but I click onto our our laptop lowdowns right here. We'll run through this list real quick and see what's going on. How is everybody this morning? Blue Collar Teamster, Laptop Travel, Luis Rodriguez, and everybody else, Asian Joe Lee, and everybody that's hanging out, tuning in. Like I say, I wish I did see everybody, but I know there's a ton of people, and I appreciate it. So that's all good. And here we go. Let's take a look at AFCG right here, guys. AFCG, Advanced Flower Capital. Whoa, that's a nice dip down there. What's that, a mortgage company, huh? AFCG. Let's see. Yeah, that is. It sounds like it's a cannabis company. That's why I said I was wondering what it was, but I wasn't familiar with it. It's a mortgage company, Advanced Flower Capital. That is a nice dip right there. AXDX. So a lot of these we're just going to fly through and keep them on my list. I'm going to keep them. I actually just made a new list, and I am looking at some of these, and we're going to monitor these guys, the laptop travel list, and see which ones are really getting set up there, and then we'll have them on lockdown. So a lot of them do get cruising there quite well. And so there we go. And AXDX, Accelerate Diagnostics, that one's a good dipper right there. And CHR, let's see how bad that one's pulling back. Yeah, that's a nice dip. So, all these are going to be dipping down. And it is nice now with the FinViz. We can kind of just run through pretty quick, and anything that we like, we can just check it out, see what it looks like. But now that it's running pretty live, in the morning, it's much easier. We don't have to jump back and forth as much on things like this, but we still want to know what's setting up, because a lot of these will get running big time. So we're going to have to track them down after these huge dips, but these are beauties. Look at this guy. This one took a nice dip from 11s to 6s. It's at 620 CVRX right there. Medical devices and DLHC. DLH Holdings, nice pull back to 311, and a lot of these you've never even heard of, and I never did. I do know this one right here, ENSC, but they're great ones to keep an eye on, and most of the ones that run real big you never heard of. So here you go. This one, look at that pullback on ENSC. I know we've traded that one before. How about Hi-Ho? We've definitely looked at this one, and it was cruising up here. Look at Hi-Ho pulling back there. Holy cow, Hi-Ho is going down the highway there the wrong way, but it's all good. Let's look at that. That's a huge dip right there yesterday for Hi-Ho. Whoa, that's a Hong Kong company too. We might have to take a look at that one. That one did the opposite of all the other ones. And good old Hooker Furnishings right here, HOFT. That's got some good pullback, but could be trying to bottom out. We'll keep an eye on the good old Hooker right there, HOOK, HUIZ. I remember a lot of these, and they run up like right here. And we saw them right there, and now you get this big old setup period, and then they come way down and they're here. A lot of times they had split. That's why they ran up, or they were about to split. I have noticed we catch a lot of them right as they are, and we usually see them, and now we look for them. But here you go. This one's nice pullback with HUIZ, and again we looked at all these guys, most of these guys, the Hook one, HUIZ, Hi-Ho. This one I don't remember that one or that one, but I don't know about that, but this one definitely Cala, and this one's way down as well. So you can see it had run up here, and now we're way down. So they all kind of run up and then they come back down. Look at the kids over here, Classover Holdings, Education and Training Services in the U.S. Look like a shell company, and now it's in the basement. Might have to keep our eye on that, but it is a goofy one right there. Good old Classover. And Lucy, what's she up to? She was pulling back. Is she making a base? She's trying to. We'll keep an eye. Did Lucy have that one that had that weird look? No. But Lucy looks like it's trying to base out down there. Nice big dips on that. So we will keep an eye on Lucy, see what she's doing. And MEIP, look at that pullback right there. Not bad. So we'll definitely keep an eye going through that support line. We do like that. It might pull back a little bit more. Movano, a medical device company, has been in the basement. I remember this was like setting up a while ago. And now look at this thing. It is taking the move all the way down. down, and now let's see, it looks way better down here. So you do have to be extremely patient when these things look like they're setting up. Just wait and look. And make sure, because some of them don't get exactly set up right there. HUIZ, last time it had a 300 reverse split, it ran what, 300% on December 24th. Remember, I went back to that date. So yeah, remember, we track all these bad boys and see them when they pop the first time. They run up to the top, they come back down, and then they get in the basement and we find them again. Here we go. NTIC has earnings coming up tomorrow, and this thing's not looking too bad. Let's see, NTIC. We might have to look at this with their earnings coming up. It could bounce off of it. It has that type of look right there, so we might look at that. ONCO, good old Onco, and this one is just pulling back a little bit, and it is pulling back right there, so we'll keep an eye and just watch how far these things just dip down. And REL looks like it has earnings coming up right here. And that is today, it looks like. So REL, good old Richardson Electronics, I wonder what he's up to. And but it looks like it's pulling back, and it already been pulling back a lot. He doesn't need to pull back anymore, but I think it is. And Sun's right here, Sunrise Realty Trust, and that's a huge pullback. Look at it way down here. You can almost not even see it. Before, that wouldn't even be on there, but now it's tracking it live, so you know, and that's awesome. Because before, you'd be like, what the heck's going on? I would have came over here and went, wow, that's a big dip this morning. And but you know, actually FinViz can show you that, and I can't wait for the nighttime to show you the after hours. And VOC right here, VOC Energy Trust, and this thing's down there in the basement, and that's a great list right there. And thank you very much, Laptop Travel, greatly appreciate them guys. And let's take a look and see what our market's up to this morning. Let me see what's happening here. Boom, let's look and see. Oh, it's red, huh, NVIDIA. Tesla's still fighting its way up, and AVGO, how's that even up still? I don't even know, but it's up 87 cents, and it is probably going to be coming back down. And here we go. Let's take a look and see what's happening. Luis Rodriguez, how is everybody this morning? I hope everybody's excited and ready to rock and roll for this market, because it's going to be one of them days that's going to be fun. I can tell you that. It's going to be an interesting one. Let's see that DXF. What is it doing? Is it not even moving now? I thought it was up. It is up at 840. FinViz, I don't know why you don't have that going anywhere, but it's up at 840 and moving this morning. And it's another one we looked at last night, so gave you a bunch of good ones last night. LGMK, if I could type in Logic Mark, it looks like it's just kind of bouncing down, but let's see, it's not really doing a whole lot. Yesterday it took that huge dip, so we will see what it wants to do today. Good old Logic Mark needs to get moving, and like I said, we start liking them right down at this 0.0112 area, so right way under here, where that's what I was talking. We were talking about that last night, possibly letting them just dip down pretty good. There's another decent one we've been watching, but let's look at our SPY. It's down $6 down there, 490, and it looks like it could be going even lower than down here, guys. It looks like it could be dipping on us, and it probably, I would imagine it would be. And so there you go. It actually looks like it tried to flatten out right here, so we could be getting in the bottom territory down here, guys. So this could be the worst of the worst, so be aware of that for sure, and be paying attention. And Apple is down $2 and dipping down right there. And how about Amazon's down $1.52? That doesn't even look like that terrible, to be honest with you. Look at it. It's like trying to keep itself in the out of the basement, but it probably will get in there with that look right there. And then they're going to have to set up, obviously, but again, we just want to know where the bottom is and if it's in for real and not going to just kind of base out and come down a level. So that's what we're keeping an eye on. Google doesn't even look too bad right there either. Look at it trying to move along that line. So we'll have to look at Google. They could go either way. Clearly, I think they want to go down today because of all the tariffs and stuff, but that's what it looks like at the moment, and anything can happen. Some fake news could come out, and they could blast off. We do enjoy when that happens, like the other day. And Meta right here, META coming down, and these very well could just dip right down back to their support lines or even under. They're not even trying to really curl up on the MACD. They're just kind of hanging out. So we will be keeping an eye on them. And then obviously they're going to have to curl through. And most of them are down like this now. They were up and over, and now they're down and under. So now they'll keep that bounce down. So they could keep dipping just, slowly here, make a level or make a base, and then jump a level down. So that's what we could be looking at for a little bit while they get all these tariffs and stuff figured out. But our bottoms could be right around here. Look at NVIDIA. It looks like it's trying to set up. I don't think it will, but it is saying it's up this morning, and it doesn't look too bad, to be honest, for NVIDIA. I mean, it'll probably curl up, run a little bit, hit that MACD, and come back down. We just know that pattern, so that's what we're going to look for. And Tesla right here, look at it. It's fighting its way up right there, and I don't know if it will hold itself up, but it's giving a good fight right there. Look at it, and it's in that spot where it can pull itself up. It's just saying, come on, SPY, just get moving somehow, and I can stay up here, because if not, I'm going down, and it looks like it could be going down. I don't know. The SPY's just dipping around right there, and let's take a look at it. I mean, it is down here, but it could obviously pull back a little bit more, I would say. So we'll be watching that, and let's look and see what our big caps are doing. Yeah, look at NVIDIA right there, just hanging out, and Tesla. And let's look at the other ones real quick and see what AMC's doing. It's down a little bit, but that is getting set up, guys. And I mean, these things could, like I said, have a little pullback, a little bit of setup period, a week or so, and then try to get set up. So it doesn't look terrible, and we obviously like it down here, so it's not a big deal. GameStop not looking too bad right there, and Chewy was trying to get set up. It's only down like 6 cents. Look at that bad boy trying to get set up here. Let's take a look at that Chewy. I mean, it did pull back right there, but it was trying to get set up. So we'll obviously be keeping an eye on everything today and know what the market wants to do and how it wants to react to the big tariffs here. But then they slapped on like 104% to China, and the market's not even really crashing. Netflix is down. We thought it would come back down to this 820 area, probably 830s, 820s. AVGO is up. It is still up somehow. I have no idea, but again, it's not going to cross through right there. You can tell. So you'll have a little dip, and MU is down a little bit. And they look like they're trying to curl up. I don't think they're ready. I think they're going to pull back some more. That's what that looks like right there. And TSM is down $1.28, and it still looks like it's coming down. It does not look like it's ready to roll. SMCI, if I could say it right. Super Microcomputer. How about that? Maybe I could read it, but SMCI. And let's see, that one's pulling back a little bit, and it's just trying to be flat, but they do look like they're going to pull back some more. So we'll have to keep an eye on the market, you know that. And AMD's down there, and look at this thing this morning. Looks like it's trying to make a bottom down here. I'm not so sure it is, but it's way down there. Good dip for AMD, and we'll have to watch it to see if it's trying to. And here's your QCOM taking a little dip down a little bit more. Intel was too. I saw that, but it wasn't too much, but it is under them resistance and getting into the basement. So I think it could be trying to pull back a little bit more. And like I said, you could see the market pull back a little bit more as it opens up. I'm surprised it wasn't down a little bit more this morning. It was actually kind of green when I saw it at first. I was kind of surprised. PayPal right here, that one looks like it is pulling back even more right there. Let's see if snow's coming down. It is. Snow is coming down. It looked like it was going to be coming down. And how about good old Dell was coming down, and it looks like it was coming down, and that's coming down right now as well. And Palantir, PLTR, this one is just a little bit flat, but I think it is going to be pulling back. Has some good supports down here. So we'll watch Palantir and see if it stays in them support lines. Sophie was pulling back, and it's under that support, so it's going to be that resistance now, and it is pulling back. And Mara and Riot and all them, Bitcoin is at, what, 76,000 still this morning, and Mara's down 14 cents. Riot right here, that one's pulling back. It was set up perfectly and just couldn't do it because obviously the market wasn't doing it. And here's CleanSpark pulling back a little bit. So there you go at them. And what's MicroStrategy up to this morning? And he's back into this channel. It's getting closer to this area right here in them 220s that we talked about. So there you go for MicroStrategy. Bitcoin 76,424. Solana's at 105. Ethereum's at 1458. Ripple's at 180 right there. And our Cardano's at 56. And let me take a look and just see what that Bitcoin chart even looks like here. Hold on. Here we go. BTC USD right there. And let's get cruising on to that. And I mean, it's just been stair-stepping down, but they kind of look like they're trying to bottom out down here, so it's not a bad thing. I'll look at it on my app as well just to get a second look and a better look on it real quick just to see this morning. And yeah, they could be trying to bottom out 76,000, that's for sure. And let's see what it's doing. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of room for them to pull back. Let's put it that way. It doesn't look like they're ready to curl up. I'll definitely say that, but they look like they could be trying to make a base. Obviously, they could level down, so we're going to be patient and see what's going on, and that's what we'll have to keep an eye on for our crypto. And there's your big caps and all them guys, and there's your market. NVIDIA is finally pulling back, and so is Tesla a little bit, and I would expect it to be kind of red. There you go. NVIDIA is pulling back. It was up a little bit this morning. It was hanging on for dear life, and that UVXY and things like that, they're up a little bit this morning, and they look like they're going to try to run. The SPY is down right there and could keep coming down. Let's see if anybody wants to see anything. I mean, there's probably not a whole lot going on that we want to look at, but I'll blast through and see what's going on. And let's see. Good morning, Mac the Cranky Cook and everybody else. How are we? And we talked about that HUIZ, and like I said, it split, and then it ran 300% back in December. So keep an eye on that bad boy right there. And let's see him. Laptop Travel is just hanging out. He says cash on the sidelines, just watching right there. He had a good morning. A couple big poppers that ran up for us this morning. There you go. 66% profit P&L right there for Laptop Travel on FMTO and Works right there. So gotta love that. Beautiful job. And there we go with that. Let's see what else is going on. What's that? Newton Golf NWTG. What's that doing? That's still up a little bit this morning. It had pulled back, but I mean, it's not looking terrible. We know once they run up there, you got to be a little careful. Let's see if it has that pullback and run back up look. So we'll keep an eye on that. Newton Golf Bitcoin consolidation zone from 74 to 66. So I agree right there. And you could see it pull back a little bit more anywhere in that zone. It is a tough one to tell exactly where, but you got it right there. Laptop Travel. So I would say you're on the money. And let's take a look, see what else is going on in this market right here. What wants to get popping? Let's look at this BON. That thing's been trying to set up. There you go. It's up a little bit this morning. It was looking good, so keep an eye on that bad boy. What's our LGMK doing? That thing just doesn't want to move, does it? It's in that spot, and yesterday it looked like it was trying to bottom out. We'll see if it goes from that little red to green look right there. And SXTP, that was running up yesterday. It obviously pulled back. And DXF was up. And there you go. That's in the 8s right there. So that's a good one. And let's see what else is going on. That icon wasn't looking bad, and that's up right there. We were talking about that one. WCT, is it bouncing? Nah, it's just hanging out right there on the bottom line, but we'll keep an eye on it. It could be a decent one right there. So there you go. And GTI wasn't looking bad. That's down a hair right there. What's our yin and our yang doing right here? The yin appears to be up, it says. Let me look at the yang, and that's way down, and that's coming out. The yang is appears to be trying to come out of that top right there. So, but I mean, look at that pullback in that setup. So you could have it blasting back off, and that's the China bear is the yang, and the yin is obviously the bull. And yeah, look at it. I think it's going to stay in that basement. So their markets are definitely not doing great, especially with 104% tax tariff right there. FNGA, this bad boy, down another $8 right there, but we do like the FNGD, is it? Yeah, that's the one. And there you go, curling back up into the top as the Mag 7 doesn't do so well this morning, and it is a little bit red. So there you go, and Vero right there, way up, and FMTO, big ones that we had an eye on. VEEE, we were looking at that. What's BMGL? Basel Medical Group, we were not looking at that one. There's a NDRA. Let's see what else is going on this morning right here. And that Soxel's way down. That's your semiconductor bull one, so that's definitely down. And SUNE, let's look at that. It's in the basement, just turning, trying to stay flat. And that BTOG was up a little bit this morning. We had looked at it, and there's your Works way up. DMN down a little bit, and HEPA trying to look at that. What did we say last night? Gave you that guy too. Said that was looking pretty good finally. And bam, there you go with HEPA. That one's moving. An early morning right there. And let's see what else is moving. That Vero, we gave you that one. That's up over 200%. And how about that Duo? That's down. And FXI. STSS, I'm telling you, we'll keep an eye on this bad boy. It says it's down a little bit, but another one way under 2 cents in that penny area, and we'll see if we pick up anything on that. So we'll keep an eye on that thing and just see what it wants to do right there. And let's look and see what our SPY is up to. It's down, obviously, and Tesla is still trying to fight its way up there. Let's see if there's anything else that catches my eye real quick that we didn't see. How about Logic Mark? Can you get moving right there? And Apple down. Let's see what else is going on. AGH, that thing we were looking at, it is pulled back this morning. It was up yesterday. Let's look over here just to take a quick peek. We'll start right here, and there you go. It works. TNMG, that thing was up. We just mentioned that. No, we didn't. I think Asian Jolie had it on her list. I think we looked at it this morning, actually. Vero way up there in FMTO. And here's our REVB. This one blasted off but came back down, SLSN. And there's our HEPA right there. And VEEE. And let's see what else. That's it right there, guys. So not a whole lot happening. And let's see if there's anything else going on yet. And NVIDIA is just trying to hang out right there. Look at it. Just holding on. So SUNE, let's take a look at it real quick. Sun Nation. Just down there in that bottom. And another one. We're just going to keep an eye and see if it wants to keep pulling back. Look at it. It did pull down. Most of them been rolling off that MACD. And this one's pulling back, and maybe it'll give us that under 2 cents into the penny look, and then we'll see what's going on with it. So we'll keep an eye on it, and we're gonna definitely watch it because I had that big dip, and a lot of times they do set up, and then this one might be one of them ones, and these things might be going and dipping all the way down to that penny and real low into the penny before they pop. So that's why we're keeping an eye, especially on LGMK and a few other ones of these. To see what's going on with them. This one was doing the same exact thing, so we're going to be watching these guys to see if they want to all come down that low, like 0.011, 0.012, and then we know that's going to be where to get them at. And how about Delta Air? They do have earnings. Sinai, how are you this morning? And look at it, trying to curl up. Has that crazy look too. When are them earnings today? Yep, they're certainly today. And let's see what DAL. So it's starting to become earnings season. There's probably a bunch. It doesn't look bad, honestly, but I don't know because you have that resistance here. You have to get out of the bottom, out of the basement, and it has to cross through. So you may get that run up to here again from 36 to 38, but I'm not so sure it's going to get into this channel right there, Sinai. So that's what it looks like right there for Delta, DAL, and TM. What is that up to? I know you brought it up last night, Luis Rodriguez, and it is up 409, and that is at Toyota Motors, and it was way down there. And look at this thing. Holy cow, it did just roll right out of the basement. What the heck do they even have going on? I know they bought a company before. Now what's going on? I'm not sure besides the tariffs and stuff, but you would think Toyota wouldn't be doing great. But how's that up this morning? I have no idea. But let's see. And again, looks like it wants to crawl up. I'm not so sure it'll cross through, but we do know they run up as they cross up there. So that's one of the patterns that we watch for right here, and then we know it's coming back down because it's not crossing through. So there you go. And Sinai said, everyone hit the like button. Greatly appreciate that. And thank you, everybody that hangs out and listens. And the Ghetto Stoic, how are you this morning? Yeah, let's finish this week really strong. Thanks, everybody. Now I get to see people. Like I said, I don't know exactly who's on. I know there's a bunch of people on, and I appreciate it. I used to say thanks to everybody, and I enjoyed seeing all the people's names, but it just doesn't let me do that now with the StreamYard. But I do get to live stream it, so I guess we have to take that and give away the fact that I can't see exactly who's on all the time unless you guys are posting. So, and it's all good. If you're not, you're just listening. We greatly appreciate it. And yeah, it's a group effort over here. Clearly, everyone sends some great tickers in. We go through them, find out what's going on, what's looking good, and then we go and cruise around the market and crush it. So that's exactly what we do every morning and every night. We're always prepared. Look at Laptop Travel hitting Vero and FMTO, two of them. These things were over. This one was up over 300%. And yeah, we definitely gave them out this last night. So you listen, get up at 4 a.m. with Laptop Travel and that crew, and you're in and works right there. Was another big one. So we were just giving them out. And this one we had for the last few days, VEE. So there you go with that. And our SPY is down 696, and it does look like it's coming down some right there. And obviously, we thought it was going to be red. When I saw green when I first woke up, I was like, holy shit, I can't believe that's green right now. But I guess 4 a.m., there was people pumping it up there or whatever, who knows. But it's not green right now. We know that. It's down 743 and coming back down. And like I said yesterday, I would expect it to be pretty red and pretty solid red. And then we'll see if the bottoms are getting in around here. So that's what the market looks like. And it is a beauty. We love it. Look at this UVXY going up. I know I'm telling you guys, this thing should run up a little bit more today. And just watch them. They may... you could have them running up today and then stop like yesterday and come back down. So make sure when they're running up, you lock in your profits real quick and get ready for the next little phase of what's going to happen. And that's what you constantly have to be doing. And I'll just give you an example of what I'm talking about right here, because it happened yesterday. It's been happening. Look at these things. They start running up one day or going up. They open green, and the next thing you know, they go crashing down. And yesterday they were... run up there, and then boom, they came crashing down, and now today they're running up, and this is obviously the short, so that's why I'm saying they're running up. But yeah, the market's crashing down here, so the VIX and stuff are running up. So that's what you're looking at, and every day you're seeing it spike up and then kind of reverse around at some point. So lock them in as it's moving, and it should be pretty red the first thing in the morning. So watch for that SPY to be way down and catch a bounce on it. Look at this, 488. Watch for that 480 again or even lower and see where it's at right there. So keep your candles on. Look at it just dipping down, and you can see exactly that was your that's your 30-minute. But yeah, you can break them down in like 15. It probably isn't going to do it because it's not running live, but and it's not tracking the SPY right now for the pre-market. It's tracking it, but the SPY is morely starts at 7 a.m. for the most part. But it is nice that the prices are active now at 4 a.m. And you can see how much the market has been moving around and how crazy it's been from 4 a.m. to until it opens at 9, or even until that 7 a.m. when the old pre-market. And Fed minutes are today. I didn't even know that. What is the schedule? Anyone know? Luis Rodriguez or Laptop Travel, or anyone know what the Fed schedule is? The Fed minutes are today. I wasn't even paying attention, to be honest. So if someone posts it, I'll definitely retweet it out. And yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. Nothing crazy. It's pretty much exactly what we thought it was going to do. And yeah, there's your SPY down $8. Like I said, I was like, holy cow, it's a little bit green this morning. And obviously it would have been a little green because it would have changed the heat map at 7. It was still like that, and then it started to change over. So yeah, I think we see some good dippage today, guys, and that's beautiful for us. We absolutely love it, and we knew exactly what positions to play. Not only did we know which ones to play on the ETFs, look at these guys: VERO, FMTO, WORX. I mean, you're hitting major poppers too. DXF. Let's see where that's at. It was just kind of hanging out there, but it is up in the $8 range, and another one we talked about. So there you go, everybody. I would say that's a good little pre-market review. APDN just kind of hanging out. We'll see if it can catch that momentum. If it was the bottom, we'll take a look at it. The volume was pretty low, huh? So we'll have to see. And look at that red market. That's a beauty right there. We definitely like that. And yeah, we went through everything, so I don't see anything that we didn't cover. We even talked about crypto, and that's way down, so we know what's going on there. Bitcoin 76,192, and Solana's at 104 right now, so they're coming down even further. And let me just take a look and see if I'm missing anything over here. That Vera ran SPY and QQQ is down. What's BABA doing? That's up a little bit. Don't ask me how, because it's not going to stay up there. And that TLT, that should be going up. Isn't that the bonds or whatever? Or am I thinking of something different? TLT, yeah, that's the Treasury bonds. And that's way down. Whoa, that took a big old dip right there. So everything's coming down. It was up here, made that resistance, and boom, way down there. So we'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, they're way down. The Treasury bonds and Apple and Delta is up going into the earnings. And so is American Airlines right here. Let's see what that's up to. I don't think they're really going to get cruising American Airlines. AAL, let's see. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to cross through. Did it say it had earnings? No, it didn't, but it's up just a hair. And then your small caps, that IWM, is down a little bit, 2% or so. So there you go at 170 and dipping down. So your small caps are getting smashed. Your SPY's getting rocked. Everything's getting rocked on this morning, and it's just the way we thought it would work. And it's a beauty because we don't mind one bit, guys. It's actually a beautiful thing right there. So we will catch some more of these dips and know how to play the market, and then we'll pick out what's going to be popping. But I would say we're already on point with everything from last night's show. So if you listened and you were up early, you already nailed everything that's run up over 200-300% and 100% right there. So there you go, everybody. Great pre-market. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out, tuning in. The Fed minutes are today. I don't see it, but I didn't see anyone post it up there. I'll just refresh right here. Oh, there you go. It just popped up there. Sorry, Luis Rodriguez. What's it say? Let me open this guy up. And our economic thing, let me see if I can read it. Today, Monday, we're on Wednesday. We're on the 9th. Yeah, we're definitely on Wednesday. The wholesale inventory's at 10. And yeah, you're right. Your Fed minutes at 2 o'clock right there. Minutes of Fed's March. So there you go. Thank you, Sinai and Luis Rodriguez, and Richmond Fed president speaking at 11. Tomorrow looks like a busy day. Initial jobless claims at 8:30. CPI year over year, all the good CPI ones, the core ones. So that's all tomorrow on the 10th right there. And then the Fed governors all speak, and Philadelphia Fed president, a bunch of them guys are talking. And then Friday, that'll be tomorrow, Thursday, and then Friday will be the PPI, the Producer Price Index. So we do have some Fed stuff this week, too. So there you go. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. Thank you for that. Greatly appreciate it. I'll actually retweet that out so you guys can see it. and know what the heck's going on there if you just want to check that out. But thank you very much. And yeah, look at this market right there. It's a beauty. I love it, guys. Exactly what we wanted to see, and it's exactly what's going on. And the China tariffs go into effect tomorrow. So yeah, there you go. And then he signed like 104%. So China strikes back with 84% tariff on U.S. goods. So Dow future tumbles more than 500 points as China hits back at Trump's tariffs. U.S. futures and treasuries fall as China retaliates, and Trump's new tariffs take effect. China retaliates, treasury price falls, and let's see here. Here's what it may take for this beaten down stock market to solidly rebound. Oh, it's going to rebound as soon as they start talking about, taking the tariffs off. We're just at the getting into them bottom areas. It needed to be done. You guys know I explained it perfectly well for you guys. And look at that SPY coming way down. So it's a beauty right there. It's exactly what we thought was going to happen. Look at our UVXY. Remember, I told you guys that thing was going to be blasting off this morning. There we go. Let's go, fellas and ladies and everybody else. Let's have another great day here. We love it, guys. So market's red. We're having a great time on the show. Positive attitude, having fun, making profits, killing the market. Laptop Travel was crushing it at 4 a.m. And we're going to keep continuing, keep that cash on the sideline as well for all these great prices, because we are going to rock this market any which way it wants to go. We've been doing it this entire time, guys. We've been getting better and better too. So just picking out everything that's running and popping and doing well. So thank you everybody for hanging out, and greatly appreciate everybody contributing, because that's what makes the show awesome. Obviously, it's definitely no other show is like it. I promise you that. And we cover the entire market from head to toe. So all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And again, what a beautiful market right there. We love this look. Actually, today it's even better. And so we will keep you posted what's going on. So have a great day, everybody. Make sure you trade smart, lock in those profits. Goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day.